Hi, you're watching Detonator TV. I'm Nelly, and I'm here with Joey Tempest from Europe. Hello.
Hello. Good to see you guys.
Oh, welcome back. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So, you haven't been playing with Europe for a long time. How does it feel to play with your band again?
Well, it feels great. We're all friends, you know. We all grew up together and met when we were teenagers. So to be able to be out on the road together is like a big family, and we're having a lot of fun.
Fantastic. So let's rewind a few years ago. In '92, I think, was your last tour.
We took a break. We were in a tour bus, and we said it's time to take a little break. I went to do a solo album, and then sort of the break just sort of became long. And people started to scatter a bit and do other projects, do other albums. But we always knew, you know, that one day. And then we started to call each other and kept in contact. And so it was inevitable. It would happen, you know.
Okay, that's brilliant. So now you have a new album out, Start From the Dark. And so how did the songwriting process happen? Did you have a lot of pressure when you started writing?
No, we didn't actually, because we didn't approach anybody else. We did it in secrecy in the cold winter of Sweden, you know. We didn't tell anybody that we were doing an album, really. We didn't tell any record companies. We wanted to approach them afterwards because we wanted to make something real and something from our rehearsal place, you know, something really raw and quick. We didn't want to spend several years on the album. We wrote it in 6 months, recorded it in 40 days, and that's it. And then we were ready. And then we went out to do some festivals, and then we released the album. So
the album sounds very personal in terms of the lyrics. What influenced you to write the music and the lyrics?
Well, the music was more me and John Oram. We started writing together, and it's just a great chemistry music-wise. Lyrically, it's basically about the chain of events, what happened when we got together again. It's about the band getting back together. It's about us meeting the fans and communicating with the audience, and it's a lot about the actual putting the album together.
Whatever happened to Key Marcello?
Key's a very talented and busy man, and he's living in Gothenburg now, and he's got his own band K2, and he's producing and writing for other artists. So I think what I understand is that it was a bit busy for him. So we're stuck with John.
Okay, well, it's not a bad thing, is it?
No. John is great because I met John when I was about 14, maybe 15, and he was 14. And we started to talk about starting a rock band a long time ago, and now we're playing together again. It's just great, you know.
Cool. So the album, I think, went into #2 in the charts in Sweden. Yeah. Did you expect such a success?
Not really. We didn't expect anything of this album. We just went in the studio and did something really quickly, and we are very, very happy and lucky that people are beginning to talk about the album. The more they listen to it, they like it, and so it's one of those grower albums. But we were lucky in Sweden. It went in really high.
What about the other countries?
Yeah, but that is what's happening. What's strange about this album is that it's beginning to grow slowly. It's one of those things that comes from nowhere, and it's like starting from the dark, you know. With nothing, you start from nothing. You get nothing to lose. You just do something quickly in your studio, and then people start talking about it. Europe is back. Have you heard the new album? It sounds different, sounds heavy, and the talk on the street is really helping this album. So we're going to keep touring on it for at least another year. I mean, we're going to tour. Beginning of next year will be Japan, and hopefully back to England, and do some more dates in Europe, and then America in April, we hope. Some bigger festivals in Europe next summer, and back to America again, we hope. I mean, we're trying to get everything together. And then at the end of next year, we're going to work on the next album.
Cool. So you're back for good then?
We're back for good.
That's awesome. So how do you think Europe fits into today's music scene? How relevant is it to have Europe back?
I think the energy and the sound of the album makes it a bit relevant, you know. Obviously, people are going to think, oh, that was in the 80s and stuff. And we thought that too, so we didn't want to make an 80s album. We just wanted to make something that sounded fresh now. Whether we are relevant or not, that's not up for us to decide. We're relevant to ourselves, and we think what we do at least is a statement, and it causes reactions. I mean, we get people shocked of the new sound. We get people loving the new sound. We get people in the 80s that thought there was too many keyboards in this band, and now all of a sudden they love it. So we get everything, you know. And what we wanted with this album is to get reaction, because it would have been easy for us to try to do a sort of an 80s album, a lot of keyboards, and try to do what we'd done before. But that's too easy, so we wanted to make something else.
Yeah, it's very rock. I was quite surprised. It's really quite different from what you've done before. It's less pop metal and very rock. Yeah. I mean, do you think that, you know, we had just in November in England, we had Whitesnake, we had Wasp playing, we had Deep Purple, Motorhead. Do you think the era of classic rock is back?
I think definitely on the live side of things, things have gone full circle, and maybe it has a lot to do with the climate these days. You know, there's a lot of internet talk, and the record companies are having problems. People just turn to the live circuit again. They want to see rock bands. They want to be entertained, you know. 90s, there were some good bands around, you know. Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, and there were some good rock bands, hard rock or a bit alternative maybe, but they were really good. But in the 80s, you had a lot of entertainment as well, and I think people have missed that a little bit. So that's why bands like The Darkness, you know, they're fun, but they're great players as well. I mean, they play great guitar. So I went to see them here actually at Hammersmith and last year. I think they're amazing. People like to be a little bit more entertained, but still have that heavy edge. You know, that's what's going on.
And I want to talk about the final countdown because we have to, and it was huge. And when you look back, do you think that you could ever top that song?
No, it's got a life on its own. You know, it's left the family. It's out there flowing in the universe. People are using it for all kinds of different things. It's just doing its own thing. But for us, it means a lot live because we never rehearse it at home. We never listen to it. But when we stand in front of an audience and we put that intro on and we play that song, it's just magic. It's just great. It's the communication with the audience is fantastic. And that's what it was meant to be. That song came from our third album, because our original dream was to become a touring rock band like Deep Purple or Thin Lizzy. That was our dream when we were kids. So we sort of took that, we made albums and we started touring, but then we wrote this song, Final Countdown, on our third album, and it was too long to be a pop hit, really. It was 6.5 minutes, the original version. So we didn't know we had some sort of a pop song. So all of a sudden, this band has to come from being a touring rock band into sort of having a role of a pop band. It was difficult. I mean, John Norum hated all the playback shows and the photo sessions. He said, see you guys, I'm going to leave you guys for a while. And then we did 2 more albums. We kept powering through, and you know, and now John is back, and we're doing it more the way we want to do it, more like a touring rock band instead of the role of being a pop band. We're more comfortable just touring and playing more heavy stuff, really, you know.
So what can we expect live? Are you going to play the new album mainly, or the old ones, or what is it going to be like?
Yeah, we're going to mix it up. So we got 4 or 5 from the new album, and then we mix it up from all 5 older albums. So there'll be a good mixture.
So I noticed that you're going to shoot tonight the live the concert. So are you planning to release a DVD anytime soon?
Yeah, our plan is to release a DVD maybe March, April next year, and we're shooting material tonight at Hammersmith, and that should be, if everything goes well, the main event for that DVD. But we also have the making of Start from the Dark. We have performances from, for instance, from Sweden Music Festival. We have home footage of all kinds of stuff when we got together again, and so there's a lot of stuff for this DVD, and we're very excited about putting it together.
Well, that sounds good anyway. We can't wait to see your gig tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.